this was brought up in court for the CPS case. I mean, some of it was even public, how there was holes in my mom's wall. But that's just a little bit of what happens at her house. But, I mean, it's 10 times worse than that. I'm just like, I'm so done, dude. I had such a stressful week.
This is how I show my
Gypsies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be talking about Jenelle Eason, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Jenelle and her story, she is an ex-reality TV star from the show Teen Mom 2, which is an MTV Productions. Jenelle really did struggle being a mother at a very young age, and she ended up having to get her mother involved in helping her raise her son, Jace. At that time, Jenelle made the decision to give her mother temporary custody of her son, and Barbara, Jenelle's mother, stepped in and helped her raise Jace. Throughout the years, Teen Mom 2 really did show this back and forth with Jenelle and her mother. Jenelle has tried to get custody of Jace several times, and her mother always fights her tooth and nail. Sometimes they get along, sometimes they don't. Teen Mom actually decided to let Jenelle go when they started having differences and disagreements with her and her husband. Since Jenelle left Teen Mom 2, she's really been living a pretty quiet life in North Carolina, homesteading and just being with her husband and her kids. And according to Jenelle, she's just been living her best life, trying to rebrand herself away from the Teen Mom 2 productions. Her and her mother really seem to have a great relationship, and she's been seeing Jace so much more. Recently, Barbara has been having a lot of trouble with Jace and his behavior at home, and her and Jenelle made this agreement that if Jace continued to give Barbara a hard time, Jace would actually come and stay with Jenelle permanently, because Barbara is just getting too old. She can't handle it. She doesn't have the patience for it. And most importantly, she's really just going through a lot of personal things right now that Jenelle says allegedly she just cannot deal with Jace and his behavior. The other day she made a TikTok
PSA announcement. You're probably watching Teen Mom on Netflix right now as we speak. And if you are, good. That was the old me. That was the young me, the stupid me, the me that took risk. Now, let's not sit here 10 years later and come to my page and hate on me for my mistakes that I learned from. Let's not get caught up on the $200 you let me use to bail me out of jail. Let's not get caught up on the dumbass men that I dated. I have custody of Jace. He lives with me now full time. My kids are happy. They're healthy. That's all that fucking matters. But I totally get it. I would hate me too if I was watching me. But if you catch up with me now, I'm doing a lot better, you guys. Peace, love, happiness, bitches.
And this is kind of where the whole problem starts, because before this, everything was fine and peachy keen. And then TMZ got a hold of the TikTok and reached out publicly to Barbara to ask her for her statement. They wanted to know why Jace is staying with Jenelle, if this is a permanent thing, and just asking a lot of questions, as reporters do. And Barbara actually denied these claims and said that Jace isn't living there full time. He's just there for the moment, and that Jenelle misspoke. Now, of course, this got around fairly quickly, and Jenelle and Barbara went back and forth on, you're not going to do this to me, you said this, you said that. It was just this whole stinking thing, you guys. Now, Jenelle did post a video yesterday on her YouTube channel, and this is what she had to say.
I'm just like, I'm sick of holding back everything in protection of my mom. Like, you're scared medical insurance is going to get canceled. So that's why you don't want me admitting to the public that Jace lives with me? Like, what? I'm your daughter, first of all. Second of all, that's my son. I'm the fucking parent. If something goes wrong with Jace, he's going to come to my house. She's threatening, oh, if he's bad again, I'm going to send him to Christian school. If he's bad again, I'm going to send him to a boarding school. So you're going to send him to all these other locations, but you're not going to send him to my house? And then when you try it, and then I tell everybody that Jace lives with me, you just take it all back. What hurts the most is that this is my own mother doing this to me. Back and forth, back and forth. Like, this is why I haven't fought for Jace. A lot of you ask me all the time, why don't you fight for Jace? Why haven't you done it? It's been 10 years. Because I think I can civilly get along with her. He lives with her on the weekdays, and I get him every other weekend. But if we were to go to court right now, it would be a total shit show, and she knows it. She knows it. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. I'm trying to prevent throwing dirt in each other's face, making my son testify on stand. Like, we did that with CPS. I don't need to do it again. We did it with a bunch of lawyers then, put Marissa on stand, and it was devastating for all of us to even see. It's the most traumatic experience that you can probably put him through. And if she thinks I'm going to hold back and just ignore all this, I can't. I can't anymore. I really can't. Her pride is too much to put down. And it has been for years. And now that she gets a little bit of attention from the media, thanks TMZ. Thanks. Our relationship is ruined. God, I'm so mad. I'm just like, I'm so done, dude. I had such a stressful week. You know, then my mom released the news to TMZ. Now she took Jace back. Now she's trying to apologize to me and saying, come on, we got along for so well for so long. And now you're just going to throw it all away? Me? No, you threw it all away when you went and talked to TMZ behind my back. If I go MIA for a little while, just know that I'm focusing on myself and I'm focusing on my family. And now I have another obstacle that I need to overcome. I'm not here to put anyone on blast, and definitely not my child.
Yeah, but it will all be public if we go to court.
I know, and I said
we don't need that.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be a shit show between both of us, and it's going to make us both me and Jace, very depressed.
Mm-hmm. We don't want all that to be public. You know, people only need to know what you tell them. Not every single last bit of all of your personal information.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know? But your mom doesn't realize if we go to court, every little thing that we bring up, all the evidence, it's all going to be public. She don't even realize that. She doesn't think about it.
All of this back and forth now does no one any good. And this has always been my argument when it comes to kids is you put them in the spotlight like that at a young age, whether you're doing it to raise awareness like Teen Mom 2 alleges that they do, or whatever the situation, it could really be a recipe for disaster. And with Jace, that seems to be what the issue is, you know, his life has always been so up and down, so crazy, and it's always been such a public thing that everyone really knows about. So I can imagine that he does struggle with that, and it makes complete sense. It's sad to me because it's not the child's fault. It is the parents, the grandparents' fault, and it's sad that the kids have to be the ones that suffer because of it. All that being said, though, I can also understand where Jenelle is coming from as a mom and the frustration that she feels towards all of this. Like, number one, this is her mother. As she said, that is what's the most heartbreaking about this is this is her mom. It's not just some random person. So this back and forth on if she deserves her child or not, I'm sure personally that stings. And on top of that, this is something that they've been doing for 10 freaking years, you know, although it's no secret that Jenelle's life has been up and down. And I know that there is so many people out there that have mixed emotions on if Jenelle deserves her kids or not. But you guys, at the end of the day, you do have to remember reality TV is always going to amp up to be more than what it was. And number two, what family does not have ups and downs? So I try not to judge by what I see on TV because they're going to put the negative stuff out there. And I'm not saying that Jenelle did not do things that is made all of this happen for her or gave her this reputation, because she definitely has. There's plenty of things Jenelle has done in her past that I did not agree with, but it's her life, and at the end of the day, she is doing what's best for her. I think it's sad that her mom continues to do this back and forth. She was completely okay with the whole situation until literally the public got involved. She is getting much older. She just lost her brother, so personally she is struggling with a lot of things, and there's no harm in that. If Jenelle's doing right and Jenelle wants to step in and she's willing and capable, let her take care of her son. I don't really understand what the issue is or why it's such a big deal that people know Jace is staying with his own mother. I don't know. According to Jenelle, she has blocked off all communications with her mom once again, and she does plan on taking this to court, you guys. So it's going to get really nasty, and I'm sure TMZ and every other news reporter out there is going to pick it up. I will be keeping you guys updated on how all of that goes, but I really do hope personally that they can deal with this off camera and out of the public eye. And I really do hope that they can figure it out outside of all the craziness and the circus that is the internet. Do you think that Jenelle is in the right in this situation, or do you believe that Jay should stay with Barbara due to things that have happened in the past? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, if you guys want to stay in the loop with everything going on in the drama world, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell for post notifications. That way you are notified every single time I upload. I appreciate you guys too, the moon and stars, and until next time, bye.